Good morning. Hope everyone's had a great morning. 8,163 meters above sea level. In the dead zone. Cold, fear, breathless. My body stops communicating in sentences. It's speaking to me in single words. There's a moment on that mountain which feels like suffering. There's a moment which feels surreal. And then there's moments where both don't feel different. You're not suffering despite of being there. In fact, moreover, you're truly alive. At this point, I'm not thinking motivation, I'm not thinking goals, I'm not thinking discipline. All I'm thinking is everything I did led me to this moment. I built a road to this moment. I did not stumble upon it. And that's the road I want to share with you today. I want to ask you something, and I want you to think about it. Not just nod, think about it. Is there something you've been orbiting, circling around, starting and then stopping, getting close to, pulling back? Not avoiding, not refusing. Maybe month after month, year after year. Most of us are waiting for the right moment, the right time, where we feel like the right version of ourselves. Here's what I've learned. We never have the perfect moment at the right time. So start to perform every moment of your lives. Perform. Right now, you're listening to me. Perform. And I used to think comfort was safety. I've grown up with the standard saying that, first we build a secure foundation and then we do the fun stuff. But I've watched what comfort does over time. It doesn't protect you. It deteriorates you. Quietly, little by little, you wake up one day and think things that used to scare you don't anymore. Not because they got smaller, because we stepped away from it. I'll give you an example. Think about playing the violin. The first month is usually painful. The bow scratches, your fingers hurt, and it sounds terrible. Most people, everything about your being is asking you to stop and go do something easier. Most people listen to that voice. The ones who don't are the ones who end up playing something beautiful. Fear is just your nervous system telling you something unfamiliar is happening. It's on you what you decide to do with that signal. I'd also like to speak about the body, the human body, the physical aspect. I think it's the most honest mirror that we have. The human body will never lie to you. It'll never tell you what you want to hear. In real life situations, your body will give you complete honesty. For me, physical effort is the best part to realize who you are and what you're made of. You just have to keep returning to it day after day, month after month, year after year. People here summited an 8,000-meter peak, ran a marathon in Antarctica, kung fu at the Shaolin Temple, and they assume a certain kind of person has done it. Someone with unlimited resources, extraordinary genetics, and a different category of human. I'm not that person. I'm a kid from Mumbai who was not the most athletic in school, who ran his first long run a few years ago and thought he was going to collapse. And genuinely, I've been afraid of anything I've ever done. The Extreme Earth project is something I designed for myself. I conceived it in 2016, not knowing it would be the roadmap for the next decade of my life. The project isn't a list of achievements. It's a method, it's a practice. 5 elements: air, ice, fire, water, earth. Each element a chapter, each chapter a commitment I made before I knew I could keep it. The point was never the summit. The point was the structure. Having a project bigger than oneself and allowing one to grow into it. And here's the thing that matters the most. The structure made the decision for me. When Manaslu came up, I didn't have a chance to negotiate with myself whether to try, whether to not. The structure had decided. My job was to show up and put in the work leading up to that day, over and over. So let me ask you one question. What are the chapters of your life that you'd be proud to have lived? What does your framework look like? Nobody goes from couch to finish line. That's not how it works. That's not the point. The finish line is an end result. What gets you there is 5 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. It's hot, it's humid, you don't want to wake up, you don't want to run, but you wake up and you do it anyway. Not because you're motivated, because you built a habit of showing up and building from the ground up. My first trek was to Everest Base Camp, not the summit, Base Camp. I came back with blisters, with cuts, with a certainty that I needed more of this. My next session, I woke up and I ran 5 kilometers. I didn't wake up and run 50 kilometers. I ran 5. And here's what I found. The work compounds. Every time you choose challenge over comfort, you're opening small doors for yourself, little by little. What used to be hard becomes your new normal. What used to be impossible is now a possibility. And something that seemed completely out of reach starts to show up. I don't need you to climb a mountain. I'm not saying extreme sports are the answers. I don't need you to wake up at 5 a.m. on a Tuesday morning and run. What I'm saying is far simpler than that. There is something you've been orbiting, and you know what it is. Something that's kept you up at 2 a.m. You've talked yourself out of the shower. It's kept you up most nights. You have a convincing list of reasons why now isn't the right time and why you're not ready. That thing, whatever it is, that's your first chapter. And I want you to think about it right now. Let's spend one moment, let's close our eyes, identify it, and spend a small moment with it. It could be anything, small, big. You know what it is. You've always known. Fear is just your nervous system encountering uncertainty. Your answers are on the other side of those fears. Make it a habit to find those answers. I'm currently preparing to run 120 kilometers across the Sahara Desert in a self-sufficient race, carrying all my supplies on my back. And the most honest thing I can tell you is, I don't know how I'm going to do it. But that uncertainty, that's the point. All I know is, I'm ready to take on those fears and find my answers on the other side. In 2016, I was someone who didn't know where his life was headed. All I knew that I needed some change. I made one uncomfortable phone call inquiring about any treks heading out soon. I got a call back about a trip going to Everest Base Camp. I had no idea what I was starting. I just knew something was pulling me towards it. I had two options there. I could keep circling around it, or I could take that next step. I took that next step. That step led to the next one. The next one led to another training session I didn't want to show up for. That training session led to failure. Failure led to multiple surgeries. Surgeries led to recovery. Recovery led to a small mountain, and that small mountain led to bigger ones. Ground up. Always ground up. I'm not saying I'm fearless. I'm just saying I made a habit of showing up every time something scared me. 10 years later, a national record in Antarctica, an 8,000-meter summit, Kung Fu at the Shaolin Temple, a professional scuba diver, and a fitness brand from scratch. Again, it was one small act at a time. Wherever you are right now, you do not have to have it all figured out. You need to take that one uncomfortable decision, one step, and start moving towards it, little by little, from the ground up. Be your own hero. Thank you very much.